Good morning, children. Now this is 10th class social studies history lesson, 15th lesson. National liberation movements in the colonies. National liberation movements in the colonies. Students, we know the European countries. What are the European countries? Portuguese, that means Portugal. French, France. Spain, France, Spain. Germany, England, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Greece, Italy, Switzerland, Austria, Serbia, Latvia, Estonia. So these all are European countries. Among the European countries, three countries very important. What are the three countries? England, Great Britain. Next to France, French. Next to Germany. This is also important. Next to Holland. Holland means Netherlands at present. Holland means Netherlands at present. That people are called Dutch. That people are called Dutch. So they established their colony in Indonesia. That is why Indonesia is called Dutch East Indies. Dutch East Indies. Dutch means Holland people. Holland means Netherlands at present. So here look at three countries established mainly their colonies over are in Africa continent, Asia continent. So we know our India is Asia continent country. Okay. So in India, that means in Asia, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Mongolia, Japan, okay, Vietnam, Laos. So these all countries belongs to Asia continent. In this Asia continent, important country is our country, India. Next to our beside country, that means our neighboring country, China. Okay. So now look at here. In your textbook, one world map is there. In that world map, some colors has been given to different countries. Okay. For example, pink color. What are the pink color countries in the world map? What are the blue color countries? What are light brown color countries in the world map? So now look at pink color. All countries established the colonies by British. Okay. If you see the pink color country, that country was established by the British. That means they established their political right over that pink color country. Next, France, blue color countries. France established in the world map. What are the blue color countries? They established their political authority. Holland, light brown color. I said already, what is the meaning of Holland? That means Holland is Netherlands at present. That people are called Dutch. For example, we are Indians. India, Indians. Okay. Australia, Aussies. Netherlands, Dutch. New Zealand, Kiwis. South Africa, Safaris. England, English. So that is the names of their people who are living in that countries. Look at children. Especially these Britain, France, Holland, these people established their kingdoms or their rule over Asia continent countries, Africa continent countries. So we know Africa. How many countries are there in Africa? For example, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Ethiopia, Algeria, Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia. Okay, so these all countries in Africa. So these are established by the Europeans established their kingdom over Asia continent countries, Africa continent countries. For example, here China. What happened to China? Okay, why the Chinese people revolted against the king in the country? What are the main causes? For example, China was ruled. Actually, China, even though it was a independent country, but so much pressure is there in China through European countries. So many countries influenced over this country. For example, the Chinese people, they wanted mainly nationalism, democracy and freedom. Not only Chinese people, in Africa and Asia continent countries people, when the European people are ruling over these all countries, that Asian countries people, African countries people, they wanted freedom from Europeans. Next one, the government also must be formed by the basis of democracy. Next one, they developed one type of feeling, that is nationality, nationalism. Nationalism means we are the people of this country. They are foreigners. We want to rule this country. This is our country. Such type of feelings they developed. That is called nationalism. So, at the time of European rule over Asia, African countries, these African Asian countries people developed nationalism, democracy, and they wanted freedom. Okay. Next one, China. China is one of the important country in Asia continent. It is our neighboring country, India. In 20th century, in China, one dynasty ruled. What was that dynasty? Manchu dynasty. What was that dynasty? Manchu dynasty. So, when Manchu dynasty ruling China, people suffered, but the people always observing the neighboring countries and also what are the countries in the world, how the people enjoying, how the people getting freedom, how the people terminating the king from the throne, and how they established democratic principles, the government, how they are enjoying. So that is why these people also wanted to get freedom, okay, from the dynasty of Manchu. That means king. Okay, next one. Here, in this situation, when the people started revolting against the king, so one man came. His name was Sun Yat-sen. What is his name? Sun Yat-sen. So under the leadership of Sun Yat-sen, the people dethroned Manchu dynasty from China. When 1911, they announced their country is republic. Republic means what? Students, even our country also after independence, we are celebrating Republic Day as January 26th as Republic Day. Republic means the head of the nation or state elected by the people of that country. That means people alone will elect the head of the state, whether he is king or president. That is called republic. For example, our country, Mr. Ramnath Kovind is our present President of India. So, he was elected by the representatives. These representatives elected by the people. Okay, so he will rule just 5 years. After 5 years, another man will come to rule as President of India. Okay, so that is called republic. So here to 1911, the Chinese people announced their country as Republic One under the leadership of Sun Yat-sen. So they call this man is a modern father of or founder of modern China. Founder of modern China. So he introduced three principles. What are the three principles here? San, Min, Chui. San, Min, Chui. What are that? San, Min, Chui. What is the meaning of these three principles? The first one, San, means nationalism. They wanted to overthrow who are the foreigners over China. That is nationalism. They developed, they are one nation. Okay. Second one is Min. So Min means democracy. Democracy means the ruling or ruler will elect by the people, for the people, and the people. Okay. So who are the rulers? That rulers are appointing only for the sake of all people. So these rulers must look after the people of that country. That is called democracy. Next, Chui means socialism. Socialism means in the society all are equal. There is no rich, high rich or low, no low poor. So they wanted all people equality. That is called socialism. So here Sun Yat-sen introduced three principles. That three principles are San, Min, Chui. San means nationalism, Min means democracy, Chui means socialism. Students, while I am teaching this lesson, you open your textbook, you come to that page and you follow. Take one pencil and underline what I am telling, what are the important points. Okay, so after this lesson you take material, you read that all important points, keywords, what are the important questions, then you can understand better. Now listen students, so this is Sun Yat-sen three principles. Okay, next what happened here? What happened here? Warlords. Warlords means they are military powers. These warlords took after some years these all powers of China in China. Okay. Next one, when the powers goes to warlords, what happened? Again the people started revolt against the concerning authorities. That is called May 4th movement. This May 4th movement started in 1990. Why they started this May 4th movement? Almost all over the country, lakhs of people, because at Versailles Peace Conference, they did not surrender some territories which are belongs to China. So that is why the people got angry, Chinese people. They started revolution. Okay, next one, they need science, democracy and nationalism. So they wanted to driving out who are the foreigners influencing not to develop their country. So they are the main principles of this May 4th movement. Next one, they wanted to spread simple language in that country. Next one, script also must be easy. Next one, abolishing of foot binding. So foot binding is very crucial tradition which is implementing by the men over women. That means the male dominated society suppressing women in China with the process of foot binding. It is very crucial. So that is why they wanted to abolish this foot binding from China. Next one is economic development. That is also their main demand. So these all are main important principles of May 4th movement. So finally here two parties came. First party is KMT, second party is CCP. KMT is also known as National People's Party. It is also known as Kuomintang. It is also known as Kuomintang. Another party, Chinese party. Children listen. Even in our country also two main parties are there. Congress party, BJP party. Congress, BJP in central. Even in state, TDP party, YSRCP party. Likewise, in China, two main parties are there. First one is KMT party, that is also known as Kuomintang. Second one is CCP party, Communist Party of China. Okay, so these two parties, what are their main goals? Here they wanted to unite all China. Okay, so Sun Yat-sen started, but his main principles, Sun Yat-sen main principles are four. He wanted to fulfill four. I said already three principles. What are that? Next one here, another clothing, food, housing, transporting. So they are the main things to fulfill to the people in China. Afterwards, after death of Sun Yat-sen, Chiang Kai-shek came. Chiang Kai-shek came. He announced their country as he started military campaign. So he announced that country is militarized nation. Are understood? So after death of Sun Yat-sen, Chiang Kai-shek came. So he started military campaign. Next one, main this party base is urban. What is that? Urban. So actually in urban areas and cities also industries are so low. That means a few industries are there. Economically they did not develop. Even industries also, more industries are not there. A few industries are there. That industries also producing a little amount of goods. Okay, so that is the condition. Actually, on those days in 1919, Shanghai is the center of the Shanghai is the center city. Okay, it was recognized by the people. Shanghai is a center. So, students, that is the about China. Okay, children. Now I will explain in the next part in the next class. Thank you.